Channel, crazy cool fun stuff, please visit my website at channelinginc.com and I'll teach you all sorts of crazy um, interesting things that you can channel that will help improve your life, make a major difference in your life, and help you in all the areas of your life, not just spirituality. And today's topic is channeling your ancestry or your lineage, whichever way you want to look at it. And this is a great topic because have you ever thought about like your life and where you are and why you're here and how you got here and all that? So like one of the concepts that I heard one time is like I was watching this guy speak on stage and he was talking about how what a miracle each one of us are living in, like being in the audience to like in that audience. And what he said like changed my life completely. He talked about where he's like, think about if you go way back into your ancestry, into your lineage, that everything had to happen perfectly for you to be sitting here in this audience here today. Like, how crazy is that? So if you think about this, you're watching this right now. Your mom and your dad had to meet and have intercourse, have sex, and then them for them to have you. But then their parents had to have, meet and connect and have intercourse, have sex, and then have their, and so on, all the way up all those branches for you to be here watching this video right now. Like, do you realize how crazy that is? Like how mind-boggling that is? Like, for example, my father, when he was a baby, when the Germans invaded that part of the world where he's from, his parents took him as a baby and they went on a boat and they came to Canada. And then my grandmother, when she was a baby, and her parents were um, trying to flee the Germans. So then they went on a boat and came to Canada as well. And then my grandma and my grandfather, they both grew up and lived in different parts of Canada. And then they met, and then after, dating for a few years or whatever, they were like, oh, so what, where are you from? You're all that stuff. And they're like, oh, I'm from this part of the world. And oh, so how did you come to Canada? And what they figured out was they were actually on the same boat that came over to Canada when they were both babies. And then they went and lived their lives and then met, and here they are. Like, at any point, if that would have gone differently, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. How crazy that is. And then my mom and my dad, so my grandfather and my grandma, they had three children, one of which was my dad. And so my dad was growing up, and he was, for like a summer job, he was doing the carnival circuit, and he was, one of those people who's like, come on, try your luck and play this game and win a teddy bear or whatever your prize was. And so he was traveling on the circuit for that summer, going to the different locations. And then my mom, she was in her hometown, and she decided to go to that carnival that day. And she saw my dad, thought he was pretty cute, so it was like, hitting on him and all that. So they ended up connecting, having intercourse, and they had two children, one which was my brother, and then one which was me. And again, like, if any of that would have gone differently, like my dad maybe didn't do that year, or my mom didn't hit on my dad, or decided not to go to the carnival or the exhibition that year, she decided not to, none of that would have happened, and I wouldn't be here today. So, and that's just two generations. That's just my parents and my grandparents, and both sides, it had to all just happen perfectly for me to be here today. And just think, like, that could be you. So one of the exercises that I take my students through, if you're watching this, you can actually do this right now. So what you can do is you can focus on your soul and your body, and you can um, feel into it, and you can go up either your mother's side or your father's side of your lineage and see how far up you're being drawn to, either on your mother's side or your father's side, and go up. Is it parents, grandparents, great grandparents, great 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 grandparents? See how far up that lineage you can go. And then when you're like, okay, that's where I'm supposed to land, and whatever that is, if it's a male, female, your grandfather, your grandmother, great, 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 whatever it might be, then what you do is you ask, okay, why am I drawn to this lifetime? So what was their life like? And you can channel all this through your DNA, through your lineage, through your ancestry. And what was their life like? Where were they? What was going on in their life? And how is their life, how is what happened to them affecting me and passed down through that lineage and affecting me right now in this present moment? And ask yourself these questions, because what happened in your lineage, in your ancestry, can affect who you are today. And then that's how we can break those generational ties or cycles, and we can heal our ancestral the effects that our ancestry has on us. And this is like so cool and mind-boggling. Like, have you ever thought another concept, like if you go way back in your ancestry, have you ever thought that one of those ancestors could actually be you in a past lifetime? How crazy that is to think of that. And I could just keep going on and on. So I teach like all this kind of stuff. I teach people how to do past life readings, spirit guide readings, loved one readings, mediumship, how to channel, people's ancestral like lineage, even your own lineage. Super, super cool stuff. If you want to know more about what I do, my name is Ken Lewicki, and channelinginc.com is my website. I'm also all over social media. So feel free to follow me, message me, say hi to me. And if you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.